Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a beginner's guide. That's right, for you newer players out here who may be taking advantage of the brand new Cyan stone, or I guess like emerald green. I'm not exactly sure what particular color shade it is, but basically with this brand new colored stone, when you pick up one of these upcoming stone packs, either 100 stones plus the Cyan stone for around 30 bucks, or obviously there is also going to be the option to pick up 50 stones for 5 bucks, but that doesn't come with the Cyan stone. So of course we're primarily focusing on the 100 stone pack. These are, if you are a brand new player to the game, you will have 100 hours to pick up these packs. As well, if you are an existing player, you will also be able to pick up these packs too for 100 hours when this first gets added into the game, which is pretty cool. Now, if you've been playing for the game, for a long time, you probably already know what you want to pick. Or, of course, if you're just a collector, getting the one you don't have, maybe getting the one that has the least amount of dupes in it, so on and so forth, right? I don't think I need to tell you who to pick, but for all of you people who are newer to the game, and I'm talking like brand new, today I'm here to give you my thoughts on what I think that you should make your choice as to, out of these 6 units, who you should pick. Now, the one thing that I want to tell you right off the bat is that I don't think any of these 6 units are bad. All of these LRs are very solid. They are all newer-ish LRs. I think it's either Kalyn Khalifa or Broly who's the oldest by this point. However, all 6 of these units are really good. And of course, I'm trying to help you out in terms of, you know, making your account as easy to play through different content as you can. But of course, if you just want to pick your favorite character, or of course the unit that Dokkan awakens in your favorite character or transformation, then definitely do that. However, I think there is actually a pretty good way to sort of take a look at all of these units. Let's go ahead and start off with Kalyn Khalifa. Now, what we're actually going to be doing for our focus today is not really focusing on what these units do in particular, because to be honest, in the beginning of the game, like for the content that you can defeat in very early game Dokkan, it doesn't particularly matter as much what they do. Obviously, this is going to matter for, you know, Dokkan events, and then, you know, to a bigger extent, SBR, ESBR, so on and so forth. And you'll obviously have a chance to get all of these units eventually. For a starter, what I think the important thing to look at is the leader skill. That is the big thing to keep in mind, at least in my opinion. So, with all of these different units, it is important to take a look at their leader skills, and we're going to take a look at each one of them. Now, for Kalyn Khalifa, they lead the Joined Forces category. As well, they're also a 100% and key 4 leader to the Joined Forces category. Now, the Joined Forces category is any unit that has 2 characters in it, right? And obviously, as you can see, not only is this category pretty small, all things considered, I almost said considered, I don't even know what that means, bro. All things considered, it is also very LR heavy in terms of the characters who are really good on the category, and again, a lot more of a specific category in my opinion. We have Broly as well, who is also a extreme key +4 100% leader, right? Extreme tech. But he leads the Resurrected Warriors category, which is about the same, probably a little bit smaller than Joined Forces, to be honest with you, but does encompass as many units in the game for sure, and I still think isn't worth your while as much. Now, moving into this territory, I think is where we sort of get to the units that I would maybe more so recommend. And again, you can kind of balance this on characters that you enjoy a little bit more. We have the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, who leads Future Saga. A lot of the prominent units in the game are actually Future Saga characters as well. This category also has a ton of great free-to-play L options, L options, no, not L options, W options in this case. I meant to say LR options, right? That being the Prime Battle Trunks, right? You have the EZA Zamasu Goku Black. You have the SBR eventually. You won't be able to get him early game, unfortunately, but the SBR Reward Trunks. Obviously, you had the free-to-play Vegito as well, which is a great unit. Free-to-play Android, so on and so forth. And this category is decently big, and like I said, a lot of really good units are on this category, so definitely not a bad choice. But we do also have Goku from the Super 13 movie, affectionately referred to as Gumku, because of course he shows his gums in the super attack. Still don't know why to this day. But the thing to keep in mind with these last 4 units, except for one of them, is that they don't have a type lead, which shouldn't really hinder your opinion of whether you should pick for them or not. But it's just something that you should note in the back of your head, because obviously having a type team in your back pocket is nice. But with the first leader, it really won't matter, if I'm being 100% with you. So the Super Saiyan Goku leads the Super Saiyan tag. Now keep in mind, this is just Super Saiyan, right? Not 1, not 2, not anything else, right? So only Super Saiyans are in the game, which surprisingly enough, maybe not, considering that it is like the big transformation Dragon Ball, I guess, but it is a pretty big category. It has definitely got a lot more expansive over the years. I remember when this was one of the smaller categories, which is kind of weird to say considering, you know, how big of a thing that Super Saiyan is. But definitely not a bad choice. A lot of the best units in the game are in this category, which is really cool. You obviously have a great variety of various different characters here with your URs, but I still don't think that it's the best, because funny enough, all of these characters are encapsulated by an upcoming category, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, funny enough, I actually think that your second best unit choice, at least in my opinion, is the UI Goku. Obviously, he Dokkan Awakens from the God Goku in the base SSR, that being this Goku right here, right? Keep in mind, again, when you're looking at these units, you know, make sure you know who you're picking. The only ones who change transformation are God Goku to Blue to UI, and the base Goku goes from base to Super Saiyan to God. So he leads the Realm of Gods category, which is also another really good category. A lot of powerful units are on this category as well. A pretty big category as well, not as big as Super Saiyans, but he's also good for early game, not just because he also has that super leader skill, obviously super STR types, key +4, 100%. He can also dodge, which is helpful for some early game content and getting some big boy cheeses, right? Cheesing some maybe more difficult events than you can actually defeat with the dodge, which, you know, may not sound like such a crazy thing, but to be fair, obviously sometimes if you're really trying to beat some of those things that could help you out, right? Definitely a decent way to cheese it, and obviously he has the 55% chance when he's in the SSR form. Now, I do think that probably him and Goku could be interchangeable for this sort of second place slot, because obviously Super Saiyans is a lot more of an expansive category. But I think that the dodging just for early game shenanigans puts him over the edge, for me a little bit at least. But I think bar none, no matter what, the best choice to pick is easily the Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, there are a couple of reasons for this. One, he can dodge attacks, which is pretty cool. Let's see, actually, can his SSR dodge attacks? I believe it can, if memory serves. The base Goku, obviously, this is, you know, when they are about to do the God Ritual. Okay, so he can't dodge in SSR, and he can't dodge in the TUR either, but when you get him to LR, he can dodge. So not as much of a factor for the early game, but obviously once you get him to LR, if you're able to get him to LR maybe quicker than the other units, that will help you. But I think even despite that, the big thing that really puts him over the edge is his leader skill. He leads the Pure Saiyans category and the Hybrid Saiyans category. This is what I was saying before, that Goku's leader skill is encompassed by this Goku, because obviously every single Super Saiyan in the game is also on the regular Pure Saiyans category. So this is literally every Saiyan character in the game. Your Gokus, your Vegetas, your Kales, your Khalifas, your Bardoks, your Brolys, your King Vegetas, so on and so forth. If they are a Saiyan unit, they're on here. And obviously this covers a lot of the units in the game, because obviously most units in the game are Saiyan characters. Of course, Dragon Ball is focused around the Saiyans, so of course that makes sense, right? Again, another category that has a ton of fantastic free-to-play options as well, and a lot of the most powerful units on the game as well. And another cool thing about this category is that obviously the fusion units usually don't count, right? Because obviously if they're like just a Gogeta unit, they don't count. But if there are Goku and Vegeta who transform into a Gogeta unit, they do count on this category, which is really, really cool. So you can even run those guys on the category as well, which is super nice. And not only that, it also covers the Hybrid Saiyans category, so you can run any of your half Saiyans on the category too, which is really, really cool. Obviously, this encapsulates a lot of units in the game. Again, a lot of free-to-play options here too. Some very, very good stuff. But the cool thing about this is that, like, primarily, you would probably be using pure Saiyans as your leader skill. Because, of course, you know, most of the units in the game are Saiyans. But if you happen to pull any hybrids while you're at it, you can run them both under the same leader skill, and they will get the leader skill boost from the God Goku, of course, that being the 130 to all stats plus 4 ki. So easily, I think that he is the best choice for brand new players to the game. He will help carry you to victory. Not only is he himself a really great unit, but obviously, like I said, he covers a ton of other great units in the game. So I hope this guide was helpful for you. These units are all really, really good, like I said in the beginning. And again, if you want to, just pick your favorite character. It definitely won't hurt you in the long run. But I just wanted to make this video regardless, because I think that it is something that will just kind of help you get through a little bit difficult content a little bit quicker, and just kind of make your early game experience a little bit more enjoyable. With that, thank you so much for watching. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.